Ooh, let's play. Alright, what's up, guys? It's Mars here with episode 8 of my Minecraft Let's Play series. First announcement, I actually have a timer next to me, so I actually see how long these videos are. So I don't have to cut them off early. I noticed that I've cut the last few videos off just for 20 minutes. I'm trying to make them equal to 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, like, equal them all out so they're not too long, but they're not too short, and yada yada. Okay, so I did not release a video yesterday. I've decided to go on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, and I don't know about weekend episodes. That's just sort of in response to the view count that I have for the video so far. It has declined a little bit, so that tells me to slow the pace of the videos, not speed it up. Especially in this series, because if I have 20 or so episodes in a series and they've got like 5 views each, people are going to be like, oh, this must be crap. But if I have, 4 or 5 episodes and they have, 10 views each, people are like, oh, this might be worth it. And I don't know if you heard that or not. That was my phone going off. I'm texting someone else as I make this video. So sorry about that. It is a good, long-time friend of mine. How am I going to refer to her? Oh, perfect. Prismatic. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Me and her have been friends for... Good lord. I think easily over a year. I can't remember the first day that we met, but it's easily over a year. Wait, actually, it might just be about a year. Yeah. Is it really that short? I'm gonna have to go back and figure that out. There's no way that I've only known her for a year. There's no way. Also, the sun's going down. But there's no. I'm befuddled. There's no way I only knew her for a year. That blows my mind. That blows my freaking mind. I would have figured they would have known each other for a lot longer than that. Alright. I just met her on some internet forum that I won't mention now. It's where I like to spend a lot of my time on the computer, just sort of hanging out, doing whatever. What else do we got as far as news and updates and whatnot? Oh, got a really sad one. Good lord, I actually could not believe this when I heard. I was just smiling at what she texted me. Anyway, um, I cannot believe this when I heard, but Robin Williams, yeah, his whole situation. So, the news and whatnot says that he committed suicide. I guess I just wanted to sort of take a moment and sort of reflect on that. To any of my viewers, hopefully you're not considering suicide. But if you are, don't do it. I'm not 100%. I can never be 100% sure about what made him do this. I know that grief can overtake all common sense, but I also know that he wasn't exactly not exactly the most. I don't want to say stupid because he was not a stupid person. That'd be an insult to his memory. But I don't want to say he wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed either, because he was absolutely brilliant when it came to comedy. Um, Maybe he just didn't know how far his actions go. I don't know. But again, we can't really judge him for what he did. We can only sort of say, okay, that might not have been the best decision, and again, teach our kids to not go that far. That's really all we can do, is to not make an example and do what Robin Williams did at the end of your life. I think he was 63. He died at 12:02 on Monday. I want to make sure I remembered those facts because those are very important. By the time I had heard the news, it was like 9 o'clock at night. We had already been in a world 9 hours without Robin Williams. Like, that thought alone shocked me. It's just like, we've already survived without him. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of the guy, but I know a lot of people who are. One person in particular, Ray William Johnson. He was sort of inspired a little bit by Robin Williams, and I'm just sort of really sad to see him go. Honestly, a lot of people remembered him playing one very specific movie role as the babysitter. One of his movies, I can't remember the babysitter's name. Sorry, but that was a very specific role that a lot of people remembered. Um, yeah, no. Other than that, there was not much remembrance around the student community. Actually, I ran into a few people who, when I said Robin Williams did it, they go, "Who?" It's like there are still some people alive that do not know who Robin Williams is. I know. It's pretty shocking. One of them happens to be one of my very close girl friends, but she's not my girlfriend. She's the one that lives up in Toronto. We talked. Yeah, I already talked about how we talked 3 days ago. Okay, I haven't. You know, I haven't had a conversation with her since that night. The question I asked her just for her marked it was kind of awkward. So that could be an issue. But she is a really amazing person. Anyway, back to Robin Williams. I don't get it. But I still can't say that he shouldn't have done it. I could say that all I want. I don't know the circumstances that brought that decision on. I assume, a lot of people are saying that he wasn't in the right mind, that he probably did this, he probably didn't mean to actually kill himself, he just sort of went overboard. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt a little bit. I think that he was somewhat aware of what he was doing. And he sort of had that moment where he was like, okay, I'm done. And before he could go back on that decision, he had already taken his own life. That's what I assume happened. Why do I assume this? Well, I've had those moments a few times where it's just like I just want to be done with the world. I just want to be like screw everything. A lot of kids have those moments because they're being very overdramatic and whatnot, me included. And so that's where I sort of connect with them there. Life can suck sometimes, but you should never take your own because of it. And so that's sort of where my standard comes into play. Is just yes, life can suck, but don't take yours. Don't take your own. I'm being very serious. You might feel like you're the worst thing in the world. You might feel like you are the devil reincarnated. You might feel like you're worth nothing. But I'm being very serious when I say that you are worth something to someone. There are a few people in my life who are like that, where they think they're not worth it to anybody, and they're worth a whole lot to me, and I think those people know who they are. They probably don't. They've never been the most receptive to emotions. So, hopefully, they know who they are. It's multiple people, but it's mostly a couple of really close girl friends. I separate the word because they're not really my girlfriends that I have in my life. So, there's that. I think one moved recently, actually. I think they moved to Oregon or something. So, all the way across the world. Or all the way across the country, I should say. But, yeah, we really connected during the school year and then after. I'm sorry, I'm getting personal again. I didn't see many comments from anybody on the last video, so I assume that getting personal is not too much of an issue, but you guys want me to talk about something else as well. So you can see that our mind has sort of come to nothing. We've sort of hit a dead end. But we are going to branch out a little bit. I think actually I'm going to... what was I going to do? I think I'm going to put torches in the corners. And I'm just going to go ahead and dig above this floor. Actually, I'm going to go out a whole lot more. We'll go out a whole lot more and then we'll go up. That's sort of how one of my other worlds worked, was I just had ladders going. You need a lot of stone to build anything, so that's usually what I do. You guys should see some of my other worlds. It's absolutely insane. I'm just going to switch to an iron pick to make this faster. But yeah, no crazy things have really happened in this game yet, although they are coming. That other RuneScape video that I was going to release in my 99 cooking, I decided not to do that. Simply because I don't think enough people would have cared. I mean, that's fine. That's you all's preference. But again, it is a big accomplishment for me, so I at least wanted to mention it. You know. I did just get done watching a whole bunch of videos, most of them being fairy tale. I'm now on to episode 55, where they're getting just their asses handed to them. It's really painful to watch like your favorite characters get the crap beat out of them. I mean, it is like if you really feel for these characters like I do, it is kind of tough, you know. Because like the whole time you want to jump in there and you want to beat the heck out of anybody who's messing with them. That's essentially what I want to do. But at the same time, you know that you don't really exist in that world. Actually, I have an interesting question. Have you guys ever tried to have a particular dream? Like I do this a lot, where I will focus on something for an entire day, hoping to have a dream about it that night. Like dream in that universe. Anyone else ever done that? I'm just sort of curious. Reason I ask is of the frequency that I do it. I do it quite a bit. And, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's always kind of cool. Whenever I do it. I'm wondering if I should. Nah, here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and just mine around it. I'm just trying to see how I'm gonna organize my mine here. I'll just mine out these 2 blocks and do that. I think that works. Yeah. And we got gravel to deal with. That's another thing I found when I was digging this room, is that there's a lot of gravel. It's not all the way against the wall, is it? No, but that is. That was actually really far off of what I wanted to do. Alright. I'm going to fill this back up. But for those of you who don't know, Fairy Tail is basically an anime that is set in a magical universe. And Fairy Tail is literally a guild. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to potentially spoil the awesomeness for anybody. But I was telling some people that I was watching it, and they go, "Why don't you watch a lesser-known anime?" And then I say, "Like what?" And they say, "Like, oh, this." And it's like, I never heard of that. It's like, exactly. It's exactly my point. It's like, oh, okay. I see what you did there. And, a lot of people find it weird that I watch anime. A lot of people are like, "Why do you, what? Why do you watch this? What? I don't get it." And I remember something one of my friends told me. You'll never understand why someone watches anime until you start watching it. Once you start watching it, it becomes very clear why so many people enjoy it. And that's sort of how it was for me. I got hooked on it pretty much immediately. Would you call anime? Would you call Pokemon an anime? Yes, no, maybe. It's definitely not an anime for me. Avatar: The Last Airbender is a transitional anime. But the most 2 well-known, I think, are Bleach and Naruto, which have hundreds upon hundreds of episodes. Fairy Tail itself has almost 200. That's the thing with animes. They don't know when to quit. That's what my Canadian friend had also said. Was they just don't know how to quit. They just continue making content to the point where you can't write any more story. It's like Superman. I remember one of my friends saying this about Superman. You can't write anything more about Superman because he's so freaking powerful. Like, he's basically invincible already, so any little issue that he has, they're going to be like, "You're Superman, get over it. Like, man up a little bit. Freaking jump over a building, why don't you?" And it's just, we're just not going to be able to take it seriously. We're not going to be able to take Superman's issues seriously. And that's just sort of a byproduct of what he's become, this invincible monster, almost. I mean, you could use the word monster. You definitely could. Would I? Probably not, but a lot of people could. I remember in, debate before the year ended, we actually started having debates about who was the best superhero. Um, you know, Capitalism versus socialism. I set up that one. Should Obamacare be allowed or disallowed? I set up that one too. I was still a really big philosophy guy. I still wanted to talk about this with a variety of people. And, I met some really cool people who were also interested in the same thing. Um, it's always fun to talk about. It's always fun to figure out what other people think, and then not only figure out what people think, figure out why they think that way. You know, like if someone disagrees with you, don't say you're an idiot. Say, okay, why? And 9 times out of 10, they can't come up with a good enough reason. They'll say, oh, so and so told me. And I don't have the stereotypical response of, oh, if so and so told you to jump off a cliff, would you? No, I just say, so you trust that person with your entire political life? And they go, yes. And then I say, so you trust that person with your entire life entirely? And they go, huh, why is that the same thing? And I go, because I usually, what is it? Um, I usually quote Plato or something on this one, where like ignorance is the root and stem of all evil. But also, if you don't take an interest in politics, politics will take an interest in you. That's essentially how it works. Definitely how it works nowadays. With puppets and whatnot. And I realize how radical of a statement that is. I don't mean to sound like just some crazy radical dumbass. When I say that, I obviously come across that way to some people. Um, but yeah, no, it's really cool to figure out why people think the way they do. I mean, I definitely love figuring it out. Um, let's take this perfect example. A military family is very patriotic. They usually are almost always, and they usually don't question what the U.S. does. Why? Because they have generations of their family fighting for the country already. They don't want to question it. Because, well, not only because it's just kind of a thing, but I guess they also don't want their family to sort of become a lie of sorts to them. I do have a few military family friends, and they're always really nice to hang around. They're incredibly patriotic, which is always awesome. I always go to them whenever I feel down about our country, and they just rile my spirits up immediately. They're like, America, F yeah, essentially is what some of them say. I say F instead of the actual word because you get the point. Um, and they'll just, say America and all that stuff as well. Yeah, I got some fun friends. And then I got like my Russian friend who will like try to be patriotic about America, and she's like, no, that doesn't work. The way foreign relations with Russia are going right now, you can't be from Russia and be patriotic. It's just not going to work out. Um, does anyone have the latest scoop on what the heck Putin is doing, by the way? I have a teacher next year who's just the biggest fan of Putin ever, so we're going to get like all the Russian news. It's going to be amazing. I think he teaches one of the APs that I'm taking next year, so it's going to be a fun class. I just wanted a different class. There's three classes, APs that I've wanted. It was macroeconomics, which I got. And I still have no clue what to do for the summer project before I gotta figure that out. I meant to ask someone today. We've got comparative government, which I got as well. That's basically Russia, Nigeria, and like 7 other countries. We go very in depth with their entire history and economy and government and whatnot. And the last one, AP Euro, taught by one of my favorite teachers in the entire school. Another reason I wanted that, all my friends are also taking that class instead of comparative government. So I got off on the wrong end. However, my brother had the teacher for comparative government, so I should be okay. It's just kind of a disappointment that I couldn't get it. Wow, all these minerals, dude. There's got to be lava. There's got to be lava around here somewhere. There's no way. I love it. I say that. I'm just randomly digging around. There's got to be lava somewhere. Like. If you played Minecraft like this before, you know. It's just like there's got to be lava. Just like somewhere over the rainbow. Doesn't seem like it's so far, though. And I gotta actually make sure that I constantly have a way out, because if I need to quickly jump up, I then have the opportunity. Wow, there was no lava. I got like 9 gold. Awesome. So that's a successful haul, I think, as far as successful hauls go. It's pretty good. One could say I'm golden. Just gonna throw in a crappy little pun there. Um, so yeah, there's some more iron in the ceiling. Good lord. So this mining trip is going extremely well. I am a dwarf and I'm big. I was actually listening to Moonbase, another song by them, earlier today. I love the tune. It's like dun 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 dun. Dun. You'll have to listen to the actual video in order to sort of get what I'm talking about. Me imitating it does not do it justice. Just go ahead and watch the whole video. You can find it at the same place that I linked Diggy Diggy Hole to. And that's my pickaxe breaking. So, time to head back up, because I got enough stuff. I should probably store it all. I'm going to leave the crafting table down here just in case. Wow, these staircases. This is a long staircase. Let's go ahead and check on the farm real quick. Let's go ahead and do that. Actually, while I'm doing that, I do want to bring something else up. It's incredible that the summer is almost over for me. I have about a week and a half left. It's insane. I don't want time to fly, but it's flying. Um, I told myself I'd be upset because I did waste a good amount of my summer, and I told myself I'd be upset when I did. Like when it got close to school and I got, quote, nothing done. Basically, that's what happened this year. I was so busy worrying about other people. And, she knows who she is. God freaking damn it, shouldn't have done that. Anyway, but yeah, no, it's just I was so busy worrying about other people, taking care of other people that I didn't take care of myself, and now I'm sort of left behind a little bit. That's sort of what happens each year for me. This year is different though. This year is the year. Down there, it was their time. Up here, this is our time. No one's gonna get that reference. I don't even get it. It was just a joke Jeff made one day. So I'm just gonna make myself an extra pickaxe. I notice I do that before I end a video. Like I'll make sure I have the basic tools. Well, as the sun goes down, the stars come out, and all that counts is here and now. The heck's missed the words. The sun goes down, the stars come out, and all that counts is here and now. I'm getting it mixed up with a Minecraft parody. Okay, so that brings us to the end of episode 8, my friends, family, and other peoples. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys will tune back on Friday for another episode. And without further ado, let's stop.